There are certainly other factors at play, but heavy use of C-sections allow for a larger brain, as brain size has historically been limited by birth canal diameter. Yeah, and you're the example of that being true, isn't it? Hello all of you lovely individuals, and welcome back to another video for the day. We are headed back into r/NotHowGirlsWork because anatomy do be some freaking rocket science. Yeah, that is absolutely certain. So, if you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions. I don't know, Roblox, Fortnite, I have no idea, algorithm go burr, and if you have not already, subscribbles. The feminism leaving my body when it is time to shovel the driveway. Last I checked, that's not on a switch or anything. No, I don't think you can do that, ma'am. It's not how that works. Women are thinking they are dense because guys that are an 8, 9, or 10 F them. Just because a hot guy is willing to F you doesn't mean that you are good looking enough to actually date. Remember, women control who they have S with. Men control who they date/marry. Also, something like 85% of the women on dating apps are all having the same 15% of guys on there. And I'm guessing 14% of those guys are a-holes. Ah yes, and you want to believe that you are the 1%, sorry. Why does everyone thirst for white women? As a white man who is proud of my identity, it makes me disgusted by many females in my racial group are polar opposites. The media and politics has seemingly had a mass negative effect on the minds of most WW today. They all seem self-hating, toxic, and overly promiscuous. They'll literally sleep with anything these days, even dogs. Not to mention, if you are a white guy, then they won't make any effort at all and treat you like dookie. I would suggest, if you are a white guy between the ages of 19 and 33, to make the effort to put yourself out there and try out an Asian, Latina, or even black woman. They'll generally cherish you and try harder. I had a coworker, white chick, ask me out, and it was the first time I ever put a woman in the friend zone. Why do every other race of men do that and thirst over them so much? I can't deal with the self-hate, daddy issues, or bouginess. Not in this society. Does anyone else have similar experiences, or no? Men have never needed women as much as women need men. Women are only needed to further human beings from extinction. Men love and respect women to further mankind in existence. Women survive because of what men have provided. Convince me otherwise if you dare. I bet you just use ad hominem as though that is a credible rebuttal. That is just your ego and lack of logic. The irony of your ad hominem at the end. Last I checked, I don't think either one could exist without the other. It's kind of this whole yin-yang thing of needing one or the other. I'm fairly certain there's been countless times where we've seen in media what happens if you take one or the other out of the equation. It don't work out well. Yeah, I couldn't do it. They store all of that DNA, picking up the vibration of every man that has been there. That is not how anything works. That is how it works. If you have ever been with a woman that has slept with a whole lot of men, you can tell by the way she acts and the way that she has S. He didn't mean that she literally keeps all of that DNA stored forever, but the thought of that much splooge being pumped into one area is a nasty thought. Ah yes, but for some reason you felt it was okay to type that on Facebook. The kitty stretches and loses its value the more mileage it has. A woman with multiple partners getting pregnant also means that there is no way to tell if the man she is with is the actual father. other. These are the two main differences as to why normal men can't value a woman with a high body count. Why are there so many people that think that there is some kind of library of nut that women have the ability to access at any given point in time in history? Hate to break it to you, dude, but if the girl you're dating happens to have not slept with anybody else in the past 5 years and she got pregnant, hey, no, there's a pretty good chance the kid's gonna be yours. I don't want to see anything of this dude thinking, oh, did she access the library? Listen up, fellas, before you go proposing and making 2024 a memorable year, keep in mind, McKings, the way a woman cleans dishes and the home is a reflection of her VJJ. Don't knock up Willie Mammoth. If that is how you think that there is some kind of correlation between how somebody does the dishes and versus how somebody cleans their coochie, you don't need to be dating anybody. I'm fairly certain everybody's gonna be happier off with you just staying single. I don't imagine that there would be an element of self-gratification involved here. You know, all of that friction and rubbing against the saddle with the legs spread apart, along with all of the bouncing up and down. Nah. Couldn't be. Women are unsafe around a tiny minority of men. 63% of men don't date when 80% of us wish to be fathers. Most of us pulled back so much from women because you told us to, and because of how rude and disrespectful women can be to men today. You have to acknowledge most men bent over backwards after the Me Too era to avoid all contact. Do we get credit for this overkill? We've gone celibate because you kept saying, leave us alone, predator. Leave us alone, worthless man. Is this what you wanted? If so, you're welcome. Hey, as rad as you seem, I might be too short. I'm 5'10". Too short? Height isn't a thing for me. I pick a genuine smile over it any day, without hesitation. Well, I think you might be the first gal on Tinder not obsessed with height. I'm sorry, I do not understand being obsessed with something someone cannot control. I don't get it either, honestly. It seems kind of ridiculous, and the amount of people that very much have a problem with this, something somebody can't have control over, it's way too common. I think when it all comes down to it, the height really should not be the deciding factor of whether or not you talk to somebody, like a tall guy talking to a short girl or a tall girl talking to a short guy. Stuff like that. Very much, yeah, there are people out there that do exist with that in their Tinder bio, but it's many versus the few, and unfortunately, people see the few and think that that is the many, and that's kind of where the stupid comes in. Like, if you actually want to talk to somebody and get to know them better, you're not going to not do that because the person happens to be taller than you. Like, for myself, whenever I've had any interest in somebody, their height is very much something that has never popped up into my mind. So my wife is gradually becoming a feminist. How do I reverse this? Women don't have real political beliefs. They either fall into what is popular and what their friends think/say, or they follow the strongest male presence in their lives. You should have vetted your wife's social circle and gotten rid of her feminist lunatic friends already as influences. Your leadership in the relationship is weak if your wife is being captured by a woke liberal feminism. She probably has a stupid friends, and you are clueless to the social influences that she follows. A masculine man with strong polarity is followed by his woman, and his beliefs become hers, because she implicitly trusts you, and you are the gravity in her world. You should be ranting and radicalizing her every single day, and she should be a more extreme version of you. Because most women think that they are way more attractive than they are, so they go for the men who are as attractive as they think they are. The men who have infinite options, who will only be interested in them as pieces of meat. So, yes, they get a reality check when they are treated like meat. Should they be treated like meat? Of course not. But there is a difference between justification and explanation. You are not just a victim. You are part of the equation. Correct your standard female delusion, which places you higher than you are. Go for guys who are actually in your range. And then if you are treated like meat, enjoy your sympathy, but not until then. I wouldn't have said it quite so harshly, but there are elements of truth in this. Some women, many actually, do overestimate their desirability and try to choose the hottest men on the internet, and then can't understand why their magic isn't working on this guy. It is because the power dynamic reverses at the top tier, and these men treat women the same way most women treat most men. And Bumble is the perfect place to highlight this phenomenon. You know, God forbid somebody happen to have a little bit of self-esteem in themselves and want to talk to somebody. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below to start up the wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.